Warner, impressive again, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He just keeps churning them out. Consistency, gee, you can't buy that.
Yeah, he's got 8 50s out of 10 and it's just getting, it's getting boring and predictable now. Yawn. 8 50s out of 10.
Not for them, it's not getting boring.
Yeah, they're loving it. 574 runs, only 10 games in. He might, he's not going to have that 848 season for sure. He's obviously going to leave before all the games are played as well. But hey, could Ajay, could SRH have asked for anything more from him? From a guy also coming back from 1 year of pretty much no top flight cricket.
Look, he's been fabulous. Throughout that tournament, what more can you ask for?
Yeah.
Maybe a couple of games where he scored runs and they didn't win. Maybe at the start of the series he was a little slower to start with, but it's natural. The man hasn't been around playing this level of cricket for a year. He's human as well. He took a little time, but he's been fabulous.
Yeah. And when you spend that money on an individual, those stats tell you he's got more than 5 50s in all the IPLs. The worst is 5.
Yeah.
You're banking on 6 scores of over 50.
Yeah.
That's when you're prepared to pay that money. You talk about money ball and all those games, try and work it out. That's what you want, consistency wise, and particularly at the top of the order. It always often getting you off to a good start. Very important.
Also,
do you feel over this series or even in the last couple of seasons, how many bowlers do you think when they start bowling to Warner are trying to get him out? Yeah. Except first 6 balls maybe.
They're trying to save themselves then.
It's a very
and he's smart enough to have figured that out. And that is what probably gets the consistency. Do you feel that the bowlers are looking to get him out?
Yeah.
Or they're just saying, let's get away from him?
No, I don't think so. I know when we were at the Mumbai Indians, we used to spend a lot of time with Malinga. And he had, at that stage, bowling high 140s, had that ability to bowl that in-swinging Yorker. And I used to say to him, listen, in the first 3 or 4 deliveries, I want to see 2 of those deliveries, because if we knock him over, it's such a big plus for us. And I agree with you. Sometimes you play Test cricket, you bat at the bottom of the order, and you lose wickets, and you're batting with the tail. They forget about getting you out, and they just try and focus on the tail ender. And you do get that understanding or feeling that they sort of believe, well, he's almost got to throw it away. We're not trying to bowl that miracle delivery that we're going to knock him over or give me an extra slip. I think in the first 2 or 3 I might find the edge. Even the Harbhajan experiment only came in after the 2nd over. So I agree with you that a lot of them just tend to think he's going to score.
Yeah, and I think that's probably why he's as consistent as he's been, because he wanted to get runs, he wanted to get back, and the opposition's not looking to get him out.
Yeah.
And so if you play a run behind the total or whatever's the required rate, and he makes up at the end. So I think you will have to figure out a way that to push him. He hasn't
you got to stop him. You can't just be content slowing him down. That's what they look like. They're trying to just slow him down.
But the challenge is that he's got a good cricketing technique, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's not reckless. His shots that he plays are like, if it's short, bang. If it's pitched up, hit it over the top. So it's not like he's getting down and playing Dill scoops every second ball where there's an element of risk to it. His risk is probably the way he plays. Some of those shots, maybe it's a 20% risk, 30% risk, and that's what you've got to try and do. If you can hit boundaries by minimalising the risk that you're going to take, that's when you're going to be consistent and effective. And with his technique, that's where he does so well.